Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. It's on the south spawn of Halluf under the command of a fingernail clipping, and we can't see his equipment, so we don't know what he's carrying, but I'm sure he'll fill us in. Game on! Bit of a traffic jam at the start. It's a Tier 9 game with Tier 8 tanks in it. And fingernail clipping is, well, in a rather colourful M53, M55. You can tell that's the 8-inch howitzer he's got there, 203mm, capable of 900 alpha, and it will penetrate through 52mm of armour, and it's got a 10.4 meters burst radius. He's anticipating seeing the enemy over the other side of the battlefield, just in case any of his teammates are spotting. In fact, they are spotting, but they aren't seeing any. There's no enemy in sight, and there's no destruction for him to actually tell if they're there. That's one of the drawbacks about the desert maps, El Halluf and Sand River. There's not much destruction going on out in the desert. On the contrast, on some maps, Miravanka, you can't move without destroying scenery, and that tells everyone where you are. Oh, and the first enemy appears, and we've got a concept. Okay, he's dialed in, ready to go. Fires the round in, gets a direct hit for 320. That's a non-penetrating shot, of course. The M55, as you know, is, well, it was a prototype in 1952. It's a post-war design based on the M47 pattern tank. The engine's up the front because basically it's a pattern tank in reverse, with the turret at what would have been the rear of the vehicle. Well, at the rear of the vehicle, which would have been where the turret would be in a normal pattern tank. So 2 strikes on the concept so far, but he's the only one who's really fairly easy to get a shot at. Okay, now he's gone to battle assistant. It makes it a little easier for him to work out where to put the shell, but if he hits this this Type 68, he might damage with some of the others. In fact, he does, and in fact he hits the Type 4 and he stuns all 3 enemy tanks, and that's going to increase his chances of getting stun assist, because of course to get stun assist, you need your teammates to hit tanks which are already stunned. And he's already got some. 345 hit points from the Type 68 getting struck. Of course, if he can get his hull's worth, his body's worth of stun assist, that's 450. He gets the communications expert, and that will increase his crew skill. Gets another strike in on the concept. Now, the bit of a worry is that a Kunstpanzer has managed to sneak up from the valley. Okay, he's just trying to line it up. Okay, let it dial in. He's ready. Works out where he's going to put the shell to hit the guy. He's loaded. Gets a hit, but it was actually landed right next door to the guy. And so he did get 418 hit points. The Kunstpanzer, of course, is a medium, which means, of course, that it's more susceptible than the heavies he's been striking up to now. And oh, now they've got 2 there. 2 enemy tanks are trying to come up from the valley floor. Now, Lorraine 40 is getting ready to assault them, and we've got a Rheinmetall Borsig above him. Unfortunately, Lorraine doesn't stand very long because our Lorraine 40 ton gets him their Lorraine gets him instead. But we're lined up, rounds out. It lands on the rock right next door to the Lorraine, but no damage. He's changing the angle, but he also wants to use the camouflage, so he knocks the tree down next to the bushes. Now that might make him vulnerable to the enemy Arty, as there's 2 of them. The enemy team got a batch at 155-55, the Tier 9, and an M40-M43, which is a Tier 8. Okay, these guys are starting to be a bit of a problem, but he's getting ready for the Kunstpanzer. Rounds out straight away, gets a kill! wipes out the Kunstpanzer, and his teammates will be very happy about that. And the enemy Lorraine has also been killed by our SU-130 PM. So with 5 kills apiece, he's now looking to try and get shots on other enemy tanks. The enemy is being driven back from the northwest corner of the map. Our team seems to have been successful in that general direction. But the scores are still even, so there's still a large number of enemy out there. Now, he saw that Borsig pulling back, because, of course, he was trying to get to a sniping position to defend, and he reckons that's where he is. Oh, he got him! He hit him! He didn't kill him, but he certainly smacked him. He worked out exactly where the Borsig was going to be taking a shot from to counter our guys, used the minimap to work out his position, and then placed the shell exactly where he thought the enemy would be, and he smacked him in the face. Obviously, that must have hit him, and a Borsig, they don't have any armor, so a shell like this is more than likely going to have penetrated a Borsig, and he may have got a high roll or a low roll, but it would have been a big hit. Okay, he knows the guy's there, because that's where he fired the last time. The question is, has the Borsig moved away? Rounds out. Let's see again. It overshoots the aim point, but we did see the explosion, and the Borsig has, well, he was actually closer to the bushes at the time. Oh, look at that! He's missing virtually all of his hit points. Yes, he really did get a penetrating shot, because he's missing virtually every hit point. He's only got 242 left. He's a one-shot if we can get the shell onto him. Okay, so this is a different one. It's the M40, M43, and he goes down. So we got the stun assist off him, and now there's only 4 enemies remaining, and our team is starting to get the bit between their teeth. They know, they can sense a victory. There's blood in the water. They know what they need to do next. They're pushing. The Borsig is still there. Not for long he isn't. And there's the Batchat 155-55. He's looking to get a hit, but obviously he's not loaded yet. He works out where the guy's going to go. Rounds out. Just a little too long. The aim was just about the right direction, but the Batchat changed his course and managed to avoid that shell. The Borsig has gone down. There's only 3 enemies remaining, and now it's only 2 because they've just taken out the Batchat, which means now only the SU-130 PM and the UDAS 03 are left on the enemy team. And our team are coming in from 2 different directions. There's the SU-130. Line up the shell, rounds out. Oh, got a penetrating shot again. This time 907 hit points, and the guy goes down with 1 shot afterwards from the GeForce 1008. So 2 penetrating shots already in this game. Great performance. And he only has 1 kill showing, but he's showing 2,904 hit points. It's a lot higher than that. Must be, because of course he got the penetrating shot on the Borsig, and now he's got 1 on the SU-130. Only the UDAS still to kill. So we're trying to work out where he is. There he is. He's in the corner. Direct hit wipes him out. What a great shot to end the game. His teammates would have seen that shell coming in from above, and it gets a kill. Well, that was a great game by fingernail clipping in the M53, M55. He got a first-class tanker out of that game. Not an ace. Came close, though. Must have. But he did get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. He got a Gauss medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. So he was really racking up the damage. And he got a Confederates as well, because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks, subsequently taken out by other teammates. And that's despite the fact that he actually managed to get 2 kills in the game. His win rate was 5,768, which is more than Super Unicum, and means he had a very big effect upon that battle. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he was the highest on his team. In fact, he was the highest in the game, but he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he ended up without a high caliber. 4,318 hit points went to fingernail clipping. Second highest damage was the Type 68 on his team, got 3,689. That guy didn't survive. And the third highest damage, well, that was the Type 4 Heavy on the enemy team with 2,774. When it came to kills, though, it was the Type 4 Heavy on our team, did 5 kills in the game, didn't survive, but he got 3 kills went to the T54 and 2 kills went to fingernail clipping, the G-Saw 1008 and the Lorraine 40 ton on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's in third place because top scorer was the Type 4 Heavy, then followed by the Type 68 with 1081, followed by fingernail clipping getting 948. So 2 players managed to get over 1,000 base, but fingernail clipping wasn't that far behind them. 13 shots fired. That's a decent amount of shells out to actually get the result, and they were very accurate shots and some very lovely big hitters in that one. 8 enemy vehicles got direct hits, 3 penetrating shots. I actually missed one that was a penetrating shot. So yes, we did see the SU-130PM. Let's just check those to see which ones. There's the SU-130PM. Penetrating shot. Just missed out on getting a total kill on that guy. That would have been quite nice if he could. He actually did penetrate the Kunstpanzer. 1,064 hit points on that guy. And the Borsig, of course. Oh, is that the right one? No. Was there another one? We thought that the Borsig was a penetrating shot. It wasn't. It shows 528 hit points. Was it the Udes? Yes, the shell that came in and struck the Udes right on top, right at the end of the game, that was a penetrator. So the Borsig wasn't a penetrator. That's unusual because the Borsig doesn't have a lot of armor. It was more than likely to be the one that he would penetrate, but we know that he did take a huge amount of damage out of that guy with that one shot. Going back to the detail report, we can see 4,318 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2, so just qualified for the Confederate, but he still did hit more of the enemy than anyone else. 438 hit points of stun assist off 8 stuns. Not a huge amount of stun assist. I think if he got a slight bit more, that might have been an ace tanker. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 63,659 credits, including a 40,000 mission completion bonus, and he also took away 5,688 experience points, including 2,844 for another mission completion. So a decent game in the M53, M55. It's a pity it wasn't an ace tanker, but I think it must have been very close to getting an ace tanker out of that one. And another enjoyable game by a fingernail clipping. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, and thank you for watching.